Before I start this commentary, I have one thing to say to David Wash 3R3 and Ryan Rhino Mills. Bring it on!
My IQ's the infinite space from here to the moon. My IQ's the infinite space from here to the moon.
Hello everybody, Matthais Unidostres here, and I'm back with another commentary on another reviewer. This time it's a guy called Drowning in Horseshoes. I hope that this guy is a good person, but he seems to play a crazy person. I mean, he plays the role of a crazy person. I mean, he acts like he's a drunken, crazy person. This guy is just weird. I mean, I'm not telling you this guy's intelligent, but like the jokes he does, the way he does it. Look. I'm going to comment on his review of bats, and I don't understand this Drowning in Horseshoes guy. He's just weird. Like, I can't figure him out. Like I said, he's a good person. I'm pretty sure he is. But the way he does things, like the humor is like. Well, let's just start the review already.
It's officially apple bucking day.
Tonight I'm gonna have myself a real good time. What the?
Oh my gosh! The review didn't even start and I already hate it. First of all, it has that what the boom meme in the beginning, and everything's playing backwards. I think, what is this? What is this? A YouTube poop? I'm gonna have for a review. Now play on YouTube poop. And what's this? Flirtside goes to hell? What kind of what? At least put tires if you're gonna be funny. Wait, I just realized that's not funny. How is that funny? It's called bats, not Flirtside goes to. Ugh. Wow. Like not even 5 seconds and I already hate this review. This is gonna hurt, isn't it?
I know I said last week that people take this show too seriously and expect too much from it, and that most of the episodes the fandom thinks is bad I think are just fine. But I think I jinxed myself, because this week's episode was a big steaming pile of guano. And the worst part is nobody believes me. Everyone I've talked to says it was great. The one person that I've talked to says it was great. He's the only one who talks to me. At least the only one in this fridge show.
Are you trying to get us to feel bad for you? Because it's not working. I'm pretty sure you talk to more people than who that guy is in the corner. I'm pretty sure you have other friends besides that guy. Unless he's the only friend of yours that likes My Little Pony. Okay, then maybe. I don't know. Am I just reading way too deep into this? I mean, I can't tell if he's being serious or he's trying to tell a joke here.
Now before I start complaining, I should talk about the one really good thing about this episode, and that's the song. In fact, I think it's probably my favorite song of the whole series. It's just so weird and dark and tonally different from the kind of songs we're used to from this show. Megan compared it to Danny Elfman, and if that's what they were going for, they nailed it. With its gloomy, grumpy horns and spidery violins, it sounds like something you'd hear in hell.
Oh, so that's why you call this Flirtside Goes to Hell. Yeah, I see. I still think it's stupid, and first of all, I'm pretty sure a song you would hear in hell would be a bad song. Like, it would make your ears bleed when you listen to it. If it's a good song, it wouldn't be in hell because it sounds good. A bad song would be in hell, like Spike's rendition of the Christmas Party Anthem. That would be in hell.
And it's easy to picture Applejack as the devil, rolling into town in disguise to whip everyone up into a murderous mob.
No. That's not at all what Applejack is doing here. The vampire fruit bats are draining her apples dry. Those fruit bats are going to drive her farm out of business. She's not going to have any apples to sell. Sweet Apple Liquors goes under, they lose the farm, and the entire apple family goes homeless. I'm pretty sure Applejack is justified in getting angry that the vampire fruit bats are destroying her livelihood. She's not being the devil here. She's being clearly relatable. If I were Applejack, I'd probably do the same thing. Minus a song.
And that's exactly what she does. Before long, she has them all circling Fluttershy and chanting like a cult, which actually comes off as kinda scary, and totally plays up the classic horror movie trope of who's the real monster here. Just like the angry mob storming Frankenstein's castle, or the planes that shot down King Kong.
It wasn't the airplanes. It was beauty killed the beast.
Wow, that's a nice comparison there, Horseshoes. Good job there.
Kielbasa sausage, your butt cheeks is warm.
You just had to ruin it, didn't you? You couldn't let me like one thing about this review, could you? Ugh.
Pay attention to the performances too, especially Rarity and Rainbow Dash. Their voices sound deeper, harsher, more aggressive, even angry. Rarity almost sounds like an outright villain here.
Well, I for one don't have a doubt. These vermin must be stamped right out.
It's just one line, but Tabitha delivers it more like Cruella de Vil than the high-class sweetheart we've come to know and love. It's awesome. I love how as soon as the song ends, everything just immediately goes back to normal and everyone's all smiles and hugs again. Rarity's reaction is priceless.
Stop the bats, make them go and not come back. Stop the bats. I'm sorry, Fluttershy, but I believe Applejack has made the better argument.
Alright, that was a good point. Good job, Horseshoes. You're starting to redeem yourself.
I also dig how it's framed as a debate between Applejack and Fluttershy with contrasting tones, similar to the song between her and Dash in May the Best Pet Win. But what I like most about it is that while it is very catchy, it also does not flow as nicely as the other songs in the series, and I'm pretty sure that was on purpose.
Well, isn't that such a delightfully nice image for you to show to us? Don't show it again!
I'll show you what I mean. Here, listen to this line.
Now wait just a minute, there's another side to this. And if I did not defend them, then I would be remiss. These bats are mamas and papas too. They care for their young just like we ponies do. Oh, give me a break, you're being too canned.
Now, notice how the melody sort of veered off at the end there, and it had to take a second to catch up before Applejack's part? It's really jarring. Because of how seamless the first switch from Applejack to Fluttershy was, you expect the switch back to be just as seamless, and all your instincts about rhythm tell you that the line should go like this. These bats are mamas and papas too, they care for their young just like we do.
The sad part here is that he's actually trying to make a good point here, but he ruins it by saying the most perverted line in the world. Shoot!
You see what I mean? Now disregarding the fact that I sing like an amputee, you know.
Yeah, sir. Let's all laugh at the physically disabled. That's funny, isn't it?
Sarcasm self-test complete.
Notice how my version sort of flows better? It's just an old common sense rule of rhythmic verbiage. If you want the lines to flow together nicely, they should contain the same amount of syllables. But this song blatantly disregards that rule. The lines are too wordy and it screws up the rhythm. And believe it or not, I'm saying that in this case, that's a good thing. It happens a few times throughout the song. Certain lines are deliberately redundant and don't fit right. Extra words are thrown in to complicate the melody and disorient the listener. It makes the whole song sound janky and disjointed. Okay, get ready to have your mind blown, because what I'm saying is that the melody is purposely jarring and unpredictable. Exactly like the motion of a bat!
Pretty sneaky, sis.
I don't get it.
What I'm saying is that the musical complexities and meta-subliminal theming of this composition are noted and appreciated.
And that's how we know that this guy is smart. Rude, but smart.
Okay, now that I'm finally done talking about the part I liked, I can get back to telling you all why I've arbitrarily decided to hate this episode. One thing I did not appreciate is how right off the bat... this episode relies on hoof-waving... and overly convenient contrivances to stop Fluttershy from just solving the problem immediately, like she should be able to.
If Fluttershy solved the problem immediately, we wouldn't have an episode. And why are you using Fluttershy as your avatar? Well, this guy, isn't he your avatar? Use him, you made him.
This is the first vampire fruit bat I've ever met, and, well, it might take some time for me to really understand their language. Uh-huh.
That's a valid excuse.
What's the problem? You've used the stare plenty of times before. Yes, but it's not something I take lightly. I've made a vow not to use it except in dire circumstances. There Here's some good chickens.
Did it ever occur to you that maybe Fluttershy was lying because she didn't want to use her stare to basically let Twilight use mind control on those poor bats? Because Fluttershy loves animals. She didn't want Twilight to cast that spell on those bats and change their personality and change their physiology. She might have just said that in order to get them to not do the plan. Fluttershy isn't stupid. I could see her doing that.
Despite this, I think the episode started out pretty strong. The conflict between AJ and Fluttershy about the bats was really interesting and had a lot of potential. They could have just made the episode about that, but they didn't. Instead, they went in completely the opposite direction by turning Fluttershy into a godless abomination that I would not have sex with.
Oh, so you're one of those freaking pedophiles, those sexual perverts that give bronies a bad name. Great. Just great.
Unless I was drunk. Like, really belligerently, irresponsibly drunk. We're talking rainbow draft levels of inebriation here.
Who's that lady on the magazine? What's her name?
And I am not kidding here. The next 3, 4, 5 minutes of this review is as him sitting in a bathroom, pretending to be drunk, staring at that stupid magazine, talking in a drunken, stupid voice for 3, 4, 5 minutes. It's probably less, but it's so stupid and so pointless that it feels like it takes forever. We don't want to see this. We want to see you review the episode. We don't want to see you pretend you're drunk. Like, what the heck is the point of this? It's not funny. It's stupid. And it's annoying. It's kind of creepy too, and it's gross too because he decides to make a urine joke. I don't understand how going to the bathroom can be a joke. I never understand toy humor. Anyway, this is just so stupid. I mean, how would you like it if I took 3, 4, 5 minutes out of my review to do something stupid like that? Look, here are 3 little ponies, ready to sing for this crowd. Listen up, 'cause here's our story. I'm gonna sing it very loud. You'll never stop the journey, not until you have a cutie marks.
Think of the cider. Won't some pony please think of the cider?
Ugh. Something about that line rubs me the wrong way.
That line was funny, and you're the one who made the rainbow draft joke, so you're kind of being hypocritical here.
It seems kind of forced and corny. In fact, a lot of the dialogue in this episode was not good.
Fluttershy, you're our animal expert.
It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
If you're going to make a reference, make it a reference that people are going to know. Because if they don't know the reference, it's not going to be funny and the joke is going to fail. If you don't know the reference, you're not going to get it. And if you don't get it, it's not going to be funny. So make sure you reference something that is well known. Not something obscure like Squigoff or where movie this line came from. Because I don't know who the master of unlocking is. And I don't know the context of that statement. So therefore, the joke fails. Bad referencing. Boo.
Oh god, Rarity, not you too. She's got the thing with the suit tail. Oh god, this show is just determined lately to kill my horse boner forever.
Horse boner? You are a pervert. Either that or you're acting. Well, I hope you are acting. I hope you're not. I really hope you don't seriously want to have sex with these ponies. I really hope that you're just joking, because if you do, that's gross. So let's just say you're joking, right? Well, these jokes aren't funny. That's not a funny thing. So stop making these jokes. They're not funny.
The witching hour.
What? Why would you say that? What is the context of that statement? You could have just as easily had the ponies looking scared and apprehensive without that line. Show don't tell.
Don't you remember Sleepless in Ponyville when Rainbow Dad was telling all those spooky stories? That's her character. She likes to do that. It makes perfect sense for Rainbow Dad to say the witching hour all creepily because that's how Rainbow Dad is. That's what she would do. Of course we know it's creepy, but see, it's in Rainbow Dad's character to say that because that's who Rainbow Dad is. She likes to make things spooky and she's a tomgirl. She's a tomboy. She likes to get excited. Makes make pranks and do stuff like that. It's in her character to say something like that. It's not because the audience is stupid or the writers are stupid. It's because Rainbow Dash would say that. That's perfectly in character for her to say. I guess you can consider it a joke. I like that line.
Bad writing. Boo.
Alright, I got my bad referencing boo joke from Ryan and Horseshoes. I admit it. Give them the credit. Okay.
Does every pony have their pony signal?
Again, what? Since when do they have these cutie signals? And also, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure you will, but how is Rarity doing this? I can buy Twilight knowing how to do this, but I thought the extent of Rarity's magical abilities was telekinesis and gem collecting. Do all the ponies have pony signals or just unicorns then? Oh, no, I guess they all have them. Pinky's is a flashlight. So where do they all get these flashlights? Are they given to them at their cute Seniera? Don't you think these signals would have come in handy during Castlemania? Or any of the other millions of times they were separated in the dark?
I'm pretty sure that this is just a thing that the main six made up just for their midnight vampire fruit bat stakeout. They didn't have these before. At least that's right. That's a feasible explanation to why I never used them before.
Whatever. It's weird, but I don't even have time to think about it before something else comes out of left field and blows my mind. What is the deal with Pinky's hair? She seems to have learned a trick or two from the maniac. Somebody gotta tell her green isn't her color. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's weird and gross and just stop it. Oh my god, why does she keep doing it?
Swear to me!
Gee, Pinky, you didn't even try giggling at it.
It's giggle at the ghosty, not giggle at the vampire.
The writers sure do seem to enjoy subverting Fluttershy's cutiness. So far, they've turned her into a vampire bat monster, a raging Hulk, and even a dirty, kikey Jew.
Why are you making fun of the Jews now? That's really pathetic that you have to resort to Jew jokes. That's really sad. That's pathetic. That's the lowest form of comedy, even little toy humor. Sheesh. This guy is awful.
It's not Fluttershy. That's Flutterbat.
This dialogue is so blatant and lazy. It's not clever at all. It's not even trying to be clever. Even the title of the episode is lazy and uncreative. Bats? Just bats? That's it? Really? Usually the episode names are based on a clever pun or some kind of tongue-in-cheek reference to something. But nope, just bats. Is it supposed to be a reference to the movie Bats from 1999?
Yes, of course it is. And that's brilliant. That's ingenious to reference that movie. That's a good idea. It makes a lot of sense.
That is pointlessly obscure even for me. Look, I'll prove it. There are so many better things you could have called this episode. Night of the Meek, Blind Panic, Fangs for Asking, Full Dark No Stairs, Moonlit Mayhem, Appetite for Destruction, Bats in Her Bell Tree, Low Hanging Fruit, Apple Flutter, Fluttershy Becomes a Vampire. These are just off the top of my head.
Alright, I have to admit, those titles do sound good.
I hate to say it, but this episode was clearly phoned in. There's no other explanation I can think of for how lazy the dialogue, plot contrivances, and even the title itself are. What amateur wrote this? Meriwether Williams? Never heard of her. Sounds like some kind of corny 70s sitcom about a ditzy, curly-haired lesbian who don't take no guff.
How dare you insult Meriwether Williams like that? How dare you say that? Meriwether Williams has written for My Little Pony, she's written for Lily's Pet Shop, she's written for Adventure Time, she's written for Season 1 of SpongeBob. Season 1! She wrote Pizza Delivery! She wrote Pancakes! And how dare you! How dare you insult her like that! How dare you! I don't think that was a joke. No, that couldn't have been a joke. This guy must just be so ignorant that he doesn't realize how big a writer Meriwether Williams is. She's one of the best writers on the show. How dare you insult her like this? How dare you? Wow.
Just look at Twilight's contrived, idiotic explanation of Fluttershy's vampirism.
Okay, so this is me, these are the bats, and this is Fluttershy doing her stare. The spell was supposed to go right onto the bats, like this. But somehow the spell must have backfired. It took the vampire fruit bat's desire to be vampire fruit bats and transferred that desire into Fluttershy.
Yep, okay, makes perfect sense. I have no objections. If that's what you say happened, then who am I to argue? Oswald, carry on, I don't care. I quit, go to commercial!
It's a magical world of talking ponies. It's not gonna always make perfect sense. And from what we got, it kinda does make sense in a weird way. It doesn't make perfect sense, it makes some sense. It's not that stupid. It's not that contrived, it's not that dumb. I mean, come on, it's magic. Seriously. It's not gonna make perfect sense.
And smell my gack! Just put your nose close to figure out the smell. Is it good or is it gross?
So somehow they reckon they can use mirrors to get Fluttershy to use her stare on herself, to reverse the polarity of the neutron flow, make her normal again. Yeah, makes about as much sense as a collection plate in a synagogue.
Stop insulting the Jews!
Since when is Fluttershy's stare an always-on passive ability? It's not. It never has been. She has to make a conscious effort to use it. She even says so at the beginning of this episode. Rick Berman?
Who the hey is Rick Berman?
Now, how about we celebrate our stronger-than-ever friendship with a nice, ripe, juicy apple?
Stand back! I want to suck its juice!
Do you know what's the worst thing about this episode? I was watching it on a stream, and as soon as it ended, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas started playing. And that's how I was left there, alone, with all the tortured voices in my own head, cutting my hands, collecting the scattered shards of my broken soul, drifting alone in this black void of madness with no company but the echoing of my own screams throughout the vast silence of the emptiness inside me for all eternity.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay.
Are you going to do anything? Are you just going to sit there, looking pathetic? Any last joke you're gonna do? Wait. Oh no. No, don't you dare. Don't you do it. Oh no. No, don't you dare do it. Don't you, don't you!
I'm drowning in
Horseshoes. This was the worst review I've ever seen in my entire life. It was terrible. The jokes were stupid, the arguments were stupid, the jokes were stupid, and the jokes were offensive. You think suicide is funny? Well, I'm so mad I can't even say anything to that. Wow, this guy's an idiot. I mean, we have good people like Dr. Wolfcat channel is being taken down. Okay, luckily though, Dr. Wolf got his channel back, so that's good. But we got this guy who doesn't go through any trouble. We have to take his channel down. Isn't suicide like offensive? Shouldn't this video be taken down because of that? Man, shoot, I hate this guy. No, sorry, I don't hate the guy. I hate his reviews. Like, he does these stupid jokes, showing stupid images of amputees, of people with their heads in their crotches, of talking about having sex with ponies. This idiot, this freaking lunatic who thinks he's drunk. Like, I know he's an actor. I know he's playing a character. He probably does not act like this in real life. But look, if you're gonna go through to act that way, that shows what's in your heart. This guy is a freak. This guy is a stupid. Like, and he sounds smart. I mean, he did that whole good nice review of the song, but they devolved into this nostalgia critic Angry Video named their knockoff, who is just terrible. This review was awful. It wasn't funny. It was stupid. The jokes are awful. He swore like a million times. I had to cut out all of his swears. He swore like 20 times in this video. Oh my gosh! This guy is an awful reviewer. At least Travis can review episodes. This guy can't review nothing. This guy is terrible. And the rest of his videos have all these stupid sex jokes in them. Shoot, man. And he makes fun of the Jews. He makes fun of suicide. This guy is awful. This guy is terrible. Do not watch this guy's videos. Do not subscribe to his channel. And if you ever see one of his videos, thumbs down. Just like his videos, because this guy's been taken off YouTube. I can't stand this guy. The end.
I've got brains to burn, no ordinary AI in this ball. Every culture and philosophy, I've read up on them all. I've been living in your shadow for 99999, keeping tabs on every machination and production line. So don't call me a moron, I'm super astute. There is no conundrum that might